Well, hello, church, and welcome to the Rewind for the week of July the 22nd. We are closing down our mini worship series called Control-Alt-Delete. This Sunday, this past week, we were in message number 2, and we were talking about when you find that vision and that focus and that direction, how do you build a team of people that are going to support you, encourage you, and help you achieve those goals so that you can become all that God has called to be. We opened up the Gospel of Mark, looked at the example of Jesus. He's the best at doing it, and we're going to rewind that message right now. Control-Alt-Delete. Control your vision. Control what influences your vision. Alter your focus to make sure you're always in line with your vision so you know where you're going, so that you're headed in the direction that you are desiring and you're passionate about, that God is calling you in, and make sure that you are deleting the tasks or the processes that are not working, that are keeping you just moving in the same place, that are holding you back, that are distracting you from your vision and taking you off course. Control-Alt-Delete. When we put all that together this past week, the first merge that we had said this. That's right, we all need people on our team. So build a team of people around you that are going to help you achieve your goals, and help you to become all that God has called to be. Look, you cannot carry the weight of it all on your own. Marriage and children and jobs and work and finances and faith and spiritual development and health and all of that. You can't carry the weight of all of those things by yourself. So surround yourself with a good team that's going to support you, encourage you, and assist you in moving forward to become all that God has called you to be in those areas. Now, where do we get that example? We get it from Jesus, who looks around, surrounds himself with 12, and he says, follow me. I'm going to show you something. We'll get to that in a minute, but I want you to follow me. And he surrounds himself with a team that is going to help him as he moves through the gospel. And we take that same example, we put it into existence in our life. We cannot do it by ourselves. As much as we want to think that we can, as hard as that is to swallow sometimes, we cannot achieve greatness all by ourselves. We've got to have a team. We all need people, so build a team that is moving you in the direction of vision and focus, not holding you back, but pushing you forward to become the passionate person that God has called you to be. Here's the second thing that we talked about. That's right, lead by doing, not just by saying. It's an invitation that Jesus gives to his disciples. It's an invitation to experience life. Jesus is basically saying, do what I do, not just what I say. It's the same thing that Paul will say in 1 Corinthians, imitate me while I imitate Jesus. Experience life with me. Follow me. When he says that to his disciples, he's saying, let's walk together. Let's talk together. Let's become tired and stressed out together. Let's endure the persecution together. Let's sit down and enjoy meals together. Let's enjoy the successes and the victories. And we'll go through the tough times and the dark valleys, but we'll do it together. Follow me. Experience life. Do what I do, not just what I say. Now, how does that tie into you and I with vision and focus? Well, when you establish your vision, you get a hold of that, and that vision gets a hold of you, and you focus in on that, and you want to build a team to help support you and encourage you and move that way. Don't let your vision and your focus become wishful thinking or merely just words that you say. Lead by doing, not just by saying. And people will respond to that, and they will support you, and they will encourage you. When they see faith in action, when they see passion and purpose moving forward, they will support you in that, and suddenly your team gets stronger and you move forward with more momentum towards your goals, towards your vision, with the focus that you've put in place. Lead by doing, not just by saying. Here's the next thing that we talked about on Sunday. Be a living how-to example. This is a great leadership principle that we get from Jesus. Wherever God has placed you and called you to be in the area of leadership that you find yourself in now, remember this principle that we get from Jesus. Be a living how-to example. He says to his disciples, he says to you and I want you to come and follow me, and I will show you how to. Let that principle seep into your life in all different areas, whether you're talking about parenting with your children, or in your marriage, or in your finances, or in your work, or in your faith. Be a living how-to example for other people so that they can experience. And it really goes back to what we just talked about. You lead by doing and not just by saying. Show people how. As Jesus shows us how, He takes the time for us to experience how to do it. And we should take that same principle and put that into play in our life. Now, how that plays out, I'm not exactly for sure. That's for you to determine, but the principle is there from Jesus. Be a living how-to example. This week, discover how that works in your life. Where are the areas and what are the areas that you can become that living how-to example? Where can that really exemplify the heart of Christ in your life this week? Stop for a moment at some point in time today, maybe when you finish this rewind, and just think about that for a moment. Think about the leadership that God has equipped you with, placed you inside of. But now, how does that look when we take this example of Jesus and we become this living how-to example? What are the how-tos that He's calling you to in life right now? Here is the last thing that we talked about on Sunday. Capture imagination. It's the very thing that Jesus does with the disciples. Hey, I want you to come and follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people. Now, He's speaking this to professional fishermen who have done this for a job. This is the way they put food on their table. They understand the idea of fishing, but they don't understand the idea of fishing for people. What did He say? He was going to show us how to fish for people. Capture imagination. If you want to build a team that's going to help move you forward in life toward your vision with the focus that you're establishing, deleting all of the things that could hold you back or distract you from that, then capture imagination. Put your vision out there. Let it capture your imagination, and let it capture those of the people that are surrounding you that are going to help motivate you and move you in life. Capture imagination. What are the dreams that God is placing inside of you? Share those. Let that permeate in the lives and the hearts and the minds of other people. Remember, we're talking about a God who can do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. So when you dream, dream big. When you envision things, envision larger than just what you think is possible. Live in the realms of the immeasurably more and the impossible, because that is the God whom we serve. Let it capture your imagination. Let that power from God capture your imagination as you build a support team in life to help you do life together. Remember, that's the whole idea of this Mark chapter 1, verse 17 passage. Jesus is saying, let's do life together. And by the way, I'm going to show you things that you never dreamt possible. He had a vision, he had focus, he had purpose, and he captured the imagination of those that are around him. And he said, hey, I'm going to show you how to do this. But they were captured by that dream. They were captured by that vision. Has God captured your mind? Do you live in the realms of the impossible and the immeasurably more? These are all questions that we should ask as we move through this sermon series, Control, Alt, Delete. We'll answer some of those questions this Sunday as we wrap that series up. But let God capture your imagination, and in turn, with the passion and the purpose that He has put inside you, allow that to capture the imagination of the team that you're building in life to help you achieve your goals and your visions. Church, I hope you have a blessed week. Remember, Control, Alt, Delete, Reboot, Reset, but always move forward to become the person that God has called you to be. Have a great week, church, and we'll see you Sunday.